I'm good at like administrative. Like I was like, all right, I could be a creative director. I could do certain things, and that's still definitely gold. But it was like, all right, what else can I do? And I was like, you know what? COVID happened, and my mom, she's into finance, but she does it over like she does accounts with like leasing. She does accounts with like leasing, so she was like, you should be a leasing agent, and I was like, well, I don't want to like work a 9 to 5. Yeah. She's like, well, you should get your real estate. You should get your
if you want to make your own schedule.
Yeah, it's like make your own schedule. And I was like, okay, so I did the course during COVID, and then while I was on tour, I was studying, and so I danced for New Edition, and Ronnie DeVoe from BBD and New Edition.
Shout out
to Ronnie. We love you. He owns a brokerage, and so at first I like didn't tell him that I was doing it at all because it like wasn't about that. Yeah, it wasn't about that. So I was like, I'm just So then like one day we were sharing good news, and I was like, I'm studying for a real estate license, and he was like, all right, cool, go take the test. And we're on tour, so I'm like, no, I'm not ready. He's like, no, go take the test. Like when he like we have a break next week, go home, take the test.
I love that.
So I was like,
no. Shout out to my man for being a real man out there.
Yeah, no, he did, because I had been like studying. I was like in my head about it. It was such a big step. So I went and took the test. I passed on the first time, which to anybody in the real estate industry, like that's a big accomplishment because a lot of people don't pass the first time. So,
but say that again, like okay.
Yeah, like, it was dope.
Y'all know I'm like multitasking, but she's kind of being modest. Like my cousin worked her ass off, and like was just. I remember we were watching Selling Sunset, and then this bitch was like, "That sounds." They make it how much?
Yeah, no.
The commission is so much. Right. What are you gonna really say? Like, oh Lord.
I love Selling Sunset. That's my guilty pleasure. That's what I should say. Yeah, no, I love Selling Sunset, but yeah. So, and then honestly, throughout the process, and I will say one thing. Shout out to Ronnie again. Yeah. Him and his partner really showed me like our side of it. Like they have really connected me to all the melanin people and the people who are doing it for the right reasons. Like I'm trying to break these generational curses. Like I want all of us in this room to own property because that's how you get this generational wealth. Own it. If you own stuff, you're winning. They can't take that from you. If you own it, they can't take it from you. And to know that like we all can do it. And I
dollar signs for generational wealth in the comments.
Yeah, man. Also to trust. I'm gonna give y'all that trust.
Wait, keep going because you're on.
No, you're good.
Like, literally
literally. So it's like, and I just like you said, people to know that like they tell us the wrong information. Like y'all can learn how to do taxes, right? Like, because I know when I got to the real world, I was like, the fuck is this? Like, why
I'm
do
gonna
I
speak on
have to do
it.
this over here? And how do we do this? Like, so, but then so it's like same thing with buying a house. They tell you like they don't tell you how to buy a house. Or they tell you that like. It's the one big purchase you'll do in life. And it's like, no, that's not true. And you need 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 properties. Like, let's buy these homes. Like, you don't need $20,000 in your bank account to buy something.
And obviously you are on a different level of, you're on the side where, you are the one that's making the sale. I've been in the banking industry for over 10 years now. I started as a freshman in college as a part-time teller. Now I'm a private investment banker.
Yes, exactly.
Is some of the craziest things I've seen my entire life. People make their biggest mistakes because they don't know. The only reason I knew, like you said, the only reason you know is because you studied it now. Yeah, but it's not taught. That's something that I feel so strongly should be taught in our educational program. Because the training that I did, and then when I realized how these people were making their money, what these banks were looking for, working with the right banks also that actually care and support their, members, that's huge. That's important. And I feel like I am now telling my friends, my family, they come to me for banking advice. I tell them exactly what you need to do. I'm not going to break any policies or procedures. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do.
If you don't know the information, you can't.
You can't do anything.
Also, to my people, it might not be taught, but that don't mean that you can't go get it.
And the information.
It's all about initiative.
And some of the people I work with. Some of the people I work with, they're your everyday people. When you see them on the street, you're like, oh, I like the way they dress. They're dope. But when you pick their brain and their mind, so much more than that. So no. I mean, like so much more than that. When it comes to being a black banker in Atlanta, that was very rare. I noticed in Louisiana it was not as much competition.
Right.
And here, oh baby, they've been in the banking industry since that was their first job, not their third. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. So yeah, you may have experience, but they definitely have studied it, and they're gonna call you out on it. And policies and procedures, oh, that's their best friend.
Yeah.
So I feel like in the banking industry, in the banking world, pick your bank. Make sure you have a relationship with your bank. Credit, so important. Business credit, so important. Don't sleep on paying things off to make sure your credit score gets high. Even if it's just a couple points, do it. Take it.
Please.
Don't be influenced by other people that you see on social media that are wearing these big diamond chains, these golds, and all that. Because guess what? That shit is on a fucking credit card.
It's on credit, y'all. Like, work on your credit. Get like I've always been responsible with money. So get the credit cards because that's the only way to build your credit. If you're looking at me and you're like, well, my credit score is only 400, it's because you don't have credit cards. Like, so learn the information. Go on Credit Karma. Like,
but
go
talk
on
about
something. Like,
but I
go
want you to
start from the beginning. Like,
I'm very rude. Like, this is my cousin, so I'm talking like we in our freaking family reunion. But like, yeah, like we really comfortable, y'all. But I want you to talk about, you know, the impact of purchasing a home.
No, I'm telling y'all, it's generational wealth. Period. If you're paying anything over $900 a month for rent, that's a mortgage, honey. Like, let's get you in a house. Like, and the thing is, you're giving it freely. So, you know, don't. And then the other thing is, like, your parents, whatever, will be like, well, interest rates are high right now. Yeah, but right now you're paying rent. If you own a home, it don't matter how much you're paying because
I know people that
you're owning the home. You own it. It's
mortgage $600 on a
Yeah.
house that's worth $500,000.
Yeah, like so it's like y'all like definitely learn first step. Go find out how credit is. If you don't know what credit is, if you don't know how to use it, if you don't check it every freaking month, if you don't know what you need to be doing, if you don't know the steps on how to get your credit up, that's step one. Let's start there.
That's true.
That's number one. Like, if you don't have your stuff in order, if you don't do your taxes every year, if you don't do none of that kind of stuff, that's step two. Figure it out. Like,
putting your own money down for something like a secured credit card is super beneficial too. If you guys don't know what a secured credit card is where you can put your own money down and you're borrowing against yourself, but it's secured by money that you've already put down. I constantly talk to my clients about that because why are you keeping yourself in a situation when you've now progressed in your income, you've now progressed in how you pay? Support yourself. Pay yourself back and allow the bank to see, hey, I have made some changes, because it's just like a relationship. You have to have a good relationship with your money.
You gotta build the trust.
You know, and karma goes with that too, but that's spiritual.
But also too though, for those who have a credit union, take advantage of your credit union saving account.
Please do.
Put you $1,000, take out you a secured loan in your credit union saving account, and what they do is you get your $1,000 right back.
Right.
Leave $1,000 in your savings, and they gonna goddamn take it.
It's protected. So that anxiety that you may feel about, am I gonna have something coming up because that's my luck with money? Well, guess what? It's secured. Yeah. You've already paid for your own mistake. So cover your ass. CYA.
Yes, definitely.
And leverage over financial. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all better use your trades and your service before you even dig in your pockets.
Ooh, wait. Hold on. Before you go there, because I want you to talk on that. Margo, where can they find you for real estate?
Okay, well, first just come to my page at Margo Danee, Margo Danee. Come to my page right now. I'm still working on my real estate Instagram, but I got y'all. Yeah. Come book a consultation with me. And that's the thing, like, I think
how much is the consultation?
No, it's free. It's free. Wow. It's just like because the thing is, information is real, and it's like I just want y'all to know what the first steps are. Like,
and she could invest in invest in each other.
Exactly. So it's like of course you might not be ready today, but that's the point is how do you know when you're gonna be ready? How are you gonna know that you're gonna be ready if you don't even know what if you say, okay, in 2 years I'll be ready to buy a house. Cool, but like, what are the steps? Did you write them down? Did you? Because any goal that you have, if you have a goal, it's like if you're not doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like how do you think?
How did you get there?
Gonna get there? Because you're gonna get there in 2 years and be like, all right, I'm ready to buy a house, and someone's gonna be like, okay, cool. Well, I need this, and this, and you're gonna be like, oh, I didn't know that.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just like, let me tell you the information. I'm not judging you. I don't have a house, guys. Like we just have to know what the information is so that we can get to that point. So yeah, and last thing on this, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Walk in abundance. When you walk in abundance,
talk there right there.
When you walk in abundance, like with money, invest your money. Don't worry, it's gonna come back. If you a hustler, I've been a hustler all my life, so money's gonna come and go. It comes freely, and it goes. And
you know
away
how to make
it comes back, and
that's
I know
the
how to
biggest
make
purpose.
it. So if you walk in abundance, you'll never be scared. Cause scared money don't make money.
No.
That's my girl right there. I
Oh
love
my God,
it.
I swear, y'all.
You
Like,
know,
this is
so,
why they're here tonight, you guys. We're so honored to have y'all.
Do partnerships with your friends, but don't get greedy. Like,
that's key right there.
Walk in abundance. Like, you're gonna lose money. You're gonna make money. It's gonna leave. It's gonna come. Like, it's cool. Be cool about it.
Make the money.
Be
Also,
cool
take
about
the
it.
help while you can. So please
Definitely.
follow my girl, man. Y'all go hit her.
Come talk to me. Let's
Everybody
make
who want to
money.
buy a house, want to invest, there you go right there. So now you can't say that you ain't never had help. So Margo, your best real estate.
And even if you want to lease, they have different programs. So
Look at
let's
that.
go. If you want
She
to
got options.
Yeah, you gotta be in a
She got
apartment. You
options.
can rent a house. Like, come talk to
Yes.
me.
Look at that.
Yes, you
Yeah.
can definitely rent a house,
That's
especially, well,
I'm about to hit
look,
you
go
up.
to Louisiana.
I'm about to say, leave Atlanta.
Atlanta for renovations, like,
Okay.
find something new.
Yeah, we gonna continue our
No, it's
conversation.
very expensive, guys.
And look, okay, so let's speak on inflation. Since I do work in the banking industry, I'm gonna just talk to y'all a little bit about that.
Let's go.
Mhm.
Okay, I gotta read that comment.
You got that's right.
There's some right there.
Oh, my Bree, who is a fellow queen. Y'all know Bree. She has been on 2 live Queens Rating conferences.
Shout out,
We love
Bree.
her.
Hey,
And she said, love the knowledge y'all are sharing on financial literacy. So many people of color are intimidated by this subject, but it's key to how we'll be able to build generational wealth. And that's true.
Mm-hmm.
If you know about finances, then you're making a plan, you're preparing.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're just starting. But think about it like your great-great-grandfather was just starting.
Yeah.
And now y'all have generations.
And let's just be
And
real.
that's
we're
money.
We're catching up, right? Like,
exactly.
all the other people,
And
the
forgive-
non-melanated people, they've been doing this for years. Guys, we gotta catch up.
And forgive yourself for what you haven't learned up to this point of your life. You feel me?
Definitely.
Forgive yourself and just take what you can right now and make it better.
Don't keep yourself
It's better
stuck.
now than later. You feel me?
Yeah.
Stuck and stagnancy is just
Don't be stubborn because you're upset that you don't know something. I don't know a lot of things.
Stuck,
I don't
stubborn,
know
stagnancy.
so much stuff, and I'm cool with that. Because the thing is, the moment you teach me, we good, cool. Let's get money.
let's get
Oh,
money.
this is what I gotta do. Okay. Oh, get life insurance policies, guys.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
You are really.
I know.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I'm giving up.
There you go right there.
I
gotta pay in a minute.
Stop putting your funeral on your family.
Man,
Just
try to
because
tell
you
you.
died, don't mean they gotta bury you.
You
Get
feel
a
me?
life
Better
insurance policy,
Yeah,
guys.
death is an inconvenience.
Yeah.
Hey man, burn man, keep the ash. Let me tell you something. Because
No,
the people who dare you, man, take everything you just threw in that casket home. They keep it against them.
He just said burn if you dash. You can't
No, I feel it.
At least I have something
I
else.
made
My
it
people.
very cheap.
But look though, man,
It's like a
ain't even about the cheap though.
Oh,
At
you're
least
right.
I-
like a wedding.
Definitely. I feel you.
Because
Like,
my people gonna go out there
I
and
watch a
ride
lot
and
of-
everything.
I
But your
watch a lot
people
of-
gotta put GoFundMes up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. It's just
So
like
give me
life insurance policy,
cremation.
guys. Like, I have one. If anything happens, we're good. My family's good.
I ready for my
I was-
motherfucker to be burnt to ashes. Let me have him in the cage instead of being underground
No,
washed and
no,
replaced.
definitely.
with
No,
that.
in store and like.
Go ahead.
It's funny. No, I was just gonna say because I'll be watching like Game of Thrones and stuff. They used to
Yeah.
burn. They used to burn. You know, put them in the
They will
river
burn
and go.
bushes too. And that was
And
fucked
say
up.
a prayer with it.
Yeah,
Say
you know,
something.
like.
But I will say
watch
this.
that.
I was looking up for my mom to be a, licensed life insurance agent at one point in her life. See, my mom, I get my sales techniques from her. She said when she was pregnant with me, she was selling the most money she had ever made in her entire life at a music store. That was her first sales job. And she was like, that's how you became you. She always says that. And I'm like, so energy, when you're pregnant, if you're pregnant right now, I'm getting something for, if you're pregnant right now, protect your energy for sure. Y'all know I'll be channeling and shit.
Okay.
But I was lucky enough to have a mom who was a life insurance agent.
Yeah.
And she kept seeing people in our family being buried and then us all putting money together. And she would sell to our family life insurance. She would get their plans together and she would work with them so that they can keep the plans, and educate them. And that's who you are in your family. That's why I say you have kings and queens in your society. These are people that can give you what you need answers to. They can talk to you about it and they're not coming from an egotistical place.
Exactly. And that's the thing. You have to learn how to like take criticism from people who love you. If they love you, like it's coming from love. Why? Like I had to learn that. Like being like even being in a relationship with like just a dope man. It's like you have to learn.
Say man.
Cause these little boys out here.
No, but
You know,
she's like,
Hey,
don't
man,
like
I'm
a
not-
Our friend is here, y'all. She's so cute.
Okay. Yeah, hey girl.
No,
No, like being like with a king, where it's just like
yeah, like
Oh,
a
that's
king
it.
and a man. I get what you're saying.
yeah,
a king is next level.
No, man, it's like take criticism. It's cool. You can be wrong. Like it's
Learn
I
to
promise,
grow.
I promise it's okay. If your mindset is I'm never wrong, something's wrong.
But
like
you feel
you're
me?
not
There
trying
you
to
go.
grow. Like you're not trying to grow. So
You
we just continue.
right
Like,
and I'm an Aries saying that. We like to be right.
The Aries. I was
You
just gonna
feel
say
me?
y'all little Rams.
I like to learn though, but you feel me? I'm not perfect.
But we're all cardinal signs. Aries, Cancer, they're cardinal. Cardinal signs. Okay.
Cancer.
Super quick, I'm just gonna Google cardinal,
emotional
because I'm gonna read it from like the Google
Okay.
dictionary, so you guys
Let's
can
try.
understand why we are so chaotic and crazy.
And I'm an emotional Cancer because I'm an Aries, but my moon is a Cancer. You see that?
Okay,
You
Cancer.
see that?
So,
Fall left and fall right.
so cardinal, a leading dignitary of the Roman Catholic Church. Cardinals are nominated by the Pope and form the sacred college which elects succeeding popes. Also meaning of the greatness, importance, fundamental. So greatness, importance, and fundamental.
Okay.
But when it comes down to their level of thinking, on a spiritual level, it means charging ahead, moving forward, not staying stuck, not staying stagnant, having the courage. They always believe in themselves first. And people are always around them like, what do you mean you're going to still go? They just stabbed you. But you're like, no, I'm already gone. like that's cardinal. We're just like, we've already seen the outcomes and we're getting there. Other signs, you know, we have Scorpio, we have Pisces. They are a little bit more sensitive than Cancers. And people are always like, Cancers are babies, because we're like, hell no, I'm not taking this shit. Like, this is wrong.
And I always say that. I'm like, we're either 3 feet in or none. Like,
you really got to catch me when I care.
Yeah, like, if I don't care anymore, it's a wrap.
You're going to check your pulse. Like, it's going to be
that.
that.
It's like, whoa, I thought you were sensitive. I am, but
I know what's
I know my
for
worth.
me.
I'm good. We're good.
I don't have to keep.
Why
would I have to keep dealing with it again?
We're gonna be okay.
Tears will flow.
We're gonna cry.
I'll have my moments myself, but mentally, I don't like to keep repeating things. So I'm very much like, okay, this is if A equals B, and B equals C. Then what the fuck is this?
What did a C and a D in a destination? What fucking destination?
Like what?
It's simple.
Nah, but this is really going right into our next topic, you guys. So last time we did a kickback, which is how we got inspired for this segment tonight, you guys. Margo said something that really caught my attention. And she said, you can't take a highway exit off of the human experience. I just want to kind of pick your mind about what you meant by that.
Okay, so shout out to, again, if we're not trying to grow right, I love podcasts. There's a podcast by this woman. She is a white woman. I'm just going to say that.
We can't say her name because she's not paying us.
Right, yes. But I got it from her. I love her podcast. Yes, for sure. And so basically, she says that you can't take a. Well, I didn't say the podcast name. I thought I did. The podcast is called Unfuck Your Brain, which it drew me to it because of the
Sorry.
No, you're good.
What
y'all got going on?
He don't support him on liquor.
I'm telling you, this is how I'm telling you how to be yourself.
It's Friday.
I know
We have a little bit of orange juice.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But yeah, the podcast is called Unfuck Your Brain. And she basically says that you can't take a exit off the human experience, meaning that like
okay, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Meaning that like we have like so many people nowadays will be like, be positive, be positive, be positive. She's basically saying like, no,
teach your
face your shit because thank you, simplicity at its finest. Yeah, face your shit because the thing
is it FYA all night? Oh no, FYS. What is going on?
Oh,
face your shit.
Yeah, face your shit.
I'm drunk, y'all. Okay. Face your shit.
Because
exactly, definitely. Because like if you're sad, girl, be sad. But I think that's a unique thing that like maybe not just cancers, but I think as a cancer, our water sign, like and being just a crab with a hard shell, it's like I can face my stuff and like still be good. Like I'm still be good. Like it's like I'll face it. I'm gonna live in it, but I'm not gonna like stay in it.
Yes, and that's the thing. Like let me say this. My big sister, shout out Kaylin. She was on Queen's Wedding as well. On the mommy position. She always used to tell me, Katie, just feel your emotion. Why you keep and I needed to hear that, but like you said, I can feel it and move forward. Yeah. But she was like, you need to sometimes sit in your emotion.
But we do, I would say.
And we do need that. And normally, naturally, we're very easy to move forward. But I needed to hear that. And I think when she told me that, I realized, okay, when I'm sitting in it, I can heal it faster.
Yeah, heal it so much because basically her point in saying you can't take an exit ramp off the highway of the human experience is saying that like you resisting your emotion is actually like you pushing yourself further into it, as opposed to like think about when you're sad and if you just like I'm sad, I'm just gonna sit here and watch
and then
like
I'm
5
sad
hours
again,
of like I'm gonna sit here and watch 5 hours of Netflix and just be sad. But no, it's like we're like, no, fuck that. Like I'm not sad. Like, I'm gonna do what I want. Like fuck that shit. And it's like, but no, just sit there, just be sad, girl. It's cool. We literally all get sad. So it's like, yeah, it's like fuck it.
I'm not a robot. You a human in the day.
Yeah, like don't be a
But
robot.
how Margo just said, okay, if you're sad and you feeling like you want to sit in bed and watch Netflix all day, like that's a real thing. So feel that emotion is what she's saying.
If you can, like obviously
natural.
you have to go to work, but at the end of the day,
I love that too.
Yeah, I have to say that because I'm like, you know, you're talking, but so it's like I'm not saying like stop what you're doing in life to do that. But I've had those moments too because as a Cancer, I'm very sensitive. But you know,
there's a difference between sensitive and sulking and negative.
Yeah, it's like sulking.
Yeah,
definitely. So it's
I don't like
sulking. I'm not saying like stop everything you're doing. I'm saying do what you need to do, definitely. But when you have a moment where you can sit down, like don't resist the feeling. Like just sit in it, watch your Netflix, do your guilty pleasure, do what makes you feel good.
I what you're saying.
Yeah,
allow yourself, allow
light
your
a
heart
candle.
to feel.
Smell some peppermint, smell some tea
Let that shit out.
You know, aromatherapy, like
shout out to the dad to cry.
You know, like cry that shit through. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I drop a tear, like, but I be want to fuck some people up. But I be like, yo, I'm gonna let go. It be better, like, drop that tear, but give myself an answer. Let me move accordingly for the better for my future. You feel me? Let me be a better.
I want to move accordingly for the betterment of my future. Do y'all ever realize some people aren't thinking about their future? I know I keep looking at my girl, but I just love talking about it. But you be like, okay, you told me you wanted to have an empire by 30. You're moving like you want to have $0 by 10.
Yeah, no, definitely. And don't get me wrong, it's very easy, right? We get lost. Like, where did 5 years go? And obviously, with COVID.
5 years though, but I mean,
like
someone who's like that on a day to day.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Because, like, even with COVID and being an entertainer, it's hard for me because I'm like, I don't know what day of the week it is, guys. Like, I'm serious.
Hey, okay, I'm coming to your show. What day would that be?
What day is it, y'all? I don't know what day it is. I'm like, I literally,
she's like Monday.
Yeah, I'm like, I literally my life. Yeah, you know, and
no,
like
she's
for
like,
people and so like to me, I think it would be very hard living with someone who does work a 9 to 5 because it's like if you know, and don't get me wrong, like I will work a 9 to 5. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying someone who's like very corporate who works it. It's like
imagine working a 9 to 5 and having an artist lifestyle.
Yeah, but that's I can do that. No, that's what I'm saying. I can do that as long as you understand. Yeah, I can do that as long as you understand where I'm coming from. Because
you mean your partner?
Yeah, your partner. Like I'm like as long as you. Because again, I will go get a 9 to 5 tomorrow and still have artist lifestyle. Like, but for people who like just can't understand it, who live in such a scheduled life, there you go.
Go ahead.
But yeah, like who live in such like a scheduled life, it's like it's hard. Because I'm like, y'all, I know, I don't know what day it is. I'm like, I get on a plane, I come back home, it's a day. And I don't know what day it is, but you know, so it's to me it's okay. Because at the end of the day, time is relative. So I'm like.
And I definitely think, like, when you do have a schedule and you're set to it, your artistry life adapts to it. So a lot of people, I like this guy, his name is Sel, shout out Sel, but he says something like, yeah, you want to not work the 9 to 5, but now you're working the 9 to 9 because you got a business. Like,
so,
but I guess a lot.
But that's what you think. That's the choice. People want to make it seem like when you're grinding and you're hustling, that it's easy.
No.
And it's not.
Because that's sad right there for the understanding.
Because my thing is like, and you know, you have to explain everything. So I'm like, on one end, I don't know what day it is, but at the end of the day, like, I'll stay up from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m.
to get shit done.
Classes or like learning something because that's just when my brain's active.
Mine too.
But because it would be crazy.
I'll be up till 5 and go to work at 10.
Yeah, like it's like you have to. It's okay to do things when you think about doing them. Like you don't have to follow something that you don't believe in or don't know. Like just because
you have your own lifestyle.
It's like I know that I work best from.
Say that again. Say it. You just said you don't have to do what someone.
You don't have to work in a way that other people tell you. Like someone will be like,
It's
no,
like
girl, you gotta wake up early. You need to do this. You
Yeah.
need to do this. No, my brain works from 12 a.m. to 3 a.m.
And then
So
it's like, when do you want to work out? When do you want to pray?
that's when I'm gonna learn what I need to learn. That's when I'm gonna do my classes. That's when I'm gonna research.
Yeah.
So that's when I'm gonna make my content. Like if I'm on campus.
Yes,
or
I'm gonna make my
something,
content
I'm
on
gonna,
Tuesday.
Yeah,
after 7,
so
I'm gonna
it's
take 5 hours. Like, commit. Like,
do it
why
what
are you
works for
doing
you.
things that are pleasing, like she just said, of other people?
Yeah.
You need to follow your own compass.
And it's cool to like get people, like I'll follow a lot of girls, like especially like therapists or like life coaches and stuff that'll say like, you know, you should do this and this and this, and I'll take what I like from it, but at the same time, I have to know myself. Am I gonna wake up at 6 a.m. and work out? Probably not.
But I might want to.
But
if I feel
but
energetic,
I will go when I want
set
to,
the
and
alarm.
I'll do it when
Set the
I want
alarm.
to.
If you-
Like
if you
yeah,
snooze
it's just like, you know, like you just have to know you and know what you want to do, because not everything someone's saying will work for you. So
And
you have to take what you
are
can
really
take.
feeding me right now,
And
because you
also
just said
too,
what people. No, literally, because I know how I am. I'm gonna forget.
Word.
But when people have given you guidelines, you can take what you want to take from them and create your own.
Yes,
Some of the best advice I ever heard was when I was going through a very, very hard break. And I literally was so spiritually lost. I was so like young that I didn't know better. I didn't know that things would get better. You know, I just was like, okay, this is the end of my life. Like, you know. So I was with a spiritual advisor, and they told me, write down things that are important to you. That's going to become your moral code in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And then you keep that forever. And when you feel lost, read it. And that's how you know if you're making the right and wrong decisions. And that's not going to work for everybody, right?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
for me, I stick by it.
Yeah.
But it does make it hard, because I'm like, well, I'm me. Why the fuck is this person acting like this? Like, no. But I'm so used to being me, you know?
Values. That's all this is. Like, she basically told you what are your values.
Yeah.
It was a guy, but yeah.
That's the guy to your values. So shout out to her. So yeah, all the shit about me, y'all just have values, you feel me? And those for who's just used to a habit, like a habitual thing, you feel me? I know like a lot of people deal with trauma, and a lot of people fall in the life patterns with habits and shit. Let y'all know